Just imagine the possibilities of living on the land in harmony with surrounding environment can provide. I'm truly inspired by my permaculture teacher Jeff Lawton and his landmark Zaytuna farm and his Greening the Desert project. He has taken on the challenge of growing a food forest garden in the middle of the desert. As a permaculture student of life, you see how mimicking nature's genius and partnering with its ecosystems can birth a flourishing abundance of living soil, crops, and all kinds of resources around you. A good example of biomimicry in action is an Earthship Home, which I've learned to build with Mike Reynolds in Taos and on one of his adventures in Africa. The home is built mostly from waste, and it grows food from wastewater by upcycling it multiple times. This biotextural piece of ecotech also heats itself passively from the sun and cools itself using convection engine techniques. How's that for encountering natural phenomena? I'm sure you're excited to start your own or join an existing permaculture farm with all kinds of cooperative networks and micro businesses, while stacking functions and looping waste to food synergies. It's so inspiring knowing all of it can be done by putting people and planet before the profit. It is now more important than ever to heed Jeff's call for 1 billion people to co-create a new human reality through committed permaculture activism. Yes, the possibilities are truly limitless. However, it all starts with basics such as food, water, and shelter. Together with my friend and bioarchitect Paul Richardson, we have designed a 250-acre permaculture farm for 70 families. As a starting point for any form of successful community, we have identified a multifunctioning, multi-purpose radial off-grid building which will act as a seed to sprout an entire ecosystem on any land. Throughout its life, it will transform through a variety of stages. In the beginning, it would be a great place for the initiating team to live in, co-create, store tools and building materials, a dry space to dehydrate and process produce, as well as a nursery. Then, once other buildings have been erected on the land, this center will transform into a seminar venue which will host a myriad of eco-workshops, yoga healing retreats, or an eco-academy to train our future generations. Any permaculturist or nature lover will know that this seed center is a must-have on any farm. But where do we start? There are many ways to create a profitable permaculture farm. Some of my friends planned an entire operation whilst living in the city. They created networks for the sale of organic herbal tea with local health shops and other co-ops, so when they got to the land, they already had orders. With my love towards bioarchitecture, I have set myself on a journey to develop a few student, volunteer, as well as rental accommodations. Being connected to energy and water grids are generally not possible when you're out in the sticks, so our homes need to be fully self-sufficient with their own grey water recycling wetlands, which will provide treated wastewater to surrounding landscape. Due to their beauty and uniqueness, the natural dwellings will act as magnets for city folk to come and enjoy a tranquil time in nature, boosting ecotourism whilst investing funds and sweat equity into your land. What if these eco-homes can be built with other awesome students who pay for some of the building materials whilst in Leo for the training? Once you have accommodation on your land, you can invite folk all year round for permaculture in action classes, earthwork sessions, healing retreats, guided meditations, and ultimately the building of Radial Seed, a multi-purpose center surrounded by a permaculture food forest garden. The dreams are endless, but let's start with basics: a roof over your head and portable water. My eco journey began in 2007 with a Ferro-Cement workshop in Mexico. When I came back to Johannesburg, South Africa, I immediately tried out the new skill and built an 11 by 6 meter seashell Ferro-Cement roof. Back in 2009, I moved from Johannesburg to a 7-hectare farm in South Africa to live a sustainable life and to build our eco school. Being completely unprepared, I made a lot of very expensive mistakes. One of them was a mandala sacred geometrical garden on a slope. Thankfully, in 2011, I decided to take a 2-week permaculture design course with Jeff Lawton and learn how to work with the land, slopes and terraces, dams, and much more. I played around with eco-machines, natural buildings, ponds. I've submerged a 9-foot geodetic sphere with a netted dream catcher floor, creating an underground capsule. I've prototyped a 6-meter living eco-machine, 2-acre vegetable garden, a dam, a donkey boiler which was plumbed to a shower which can wash 5 people at a time, a water tower, solar hot water geyser, as well as 2 super adobe homes. In fact, on any land I have landed, I've always dug a big freaking hole. My farm journey ended when 2 robbers came and attacked my son and ex-wife just 100 meters away from where I was constructing this super adobe home. And then all of my natural plaster fell off. I even called this lesson on YouTube a plaster disaster. Living on a farm, I completely ignored the financial side, and my business in the city collapsed. All my grand plans came to a still when I maxed my overdraft and could draw no longer from the bank. I then had no other choice but to run back to the city with a tail between my legs. Of course, I do not regret living on the land, as entire practical experience gave me the confidence to recreate a self-sustaining life anywhere on earth. Being back in the city, I was hammered by a few massive disasters which forced me to get off the municipal sewage grid. One fine day, back in 2013, I had a blub. Running downstairs, I saw neighborhood sewage rising from my downstairs bathroom. You see, due to our home being on the riverfront below the level of sewage pipe, this pipe bent and broke with the force of floating logs. This resulted in a backflow of black water through my downstairs toilet and bath. I knew that it would happen again, and one by one, I disconnected all of my kitchen, bath, shower and toilet outlets from the main sewer. Thankfully, to my training from some of the top ecological masters of our planet, I knew what to do. Constructed wetlands for grey water, grease trap for kitchen water, biogas digester with another wetland for sewage water. I got so excited cooperating with nature that I eventually built a variety of water tanks, converted my chlorine pool to a natural pond, and built a variety of terraces and earthworks to turn my garden into a living sponge. All of these eco-technologies allowed my garden and home to absorb all of the water which landed on my property as well as the road. Then boom! Another massive flood, and this time my entire garden with all organic herbs, flowers and trees got flattened under a raging river. Being a proactive fellow with super adobe training, I built a 54-meter winding wall which can withstand any flood. For strength, I weaved in the supporting pockets which are now used for compost making, garden waste, recycling and even sleeping in. Teaching and inventing is my passion, and for as long as I remember, I have been drawing these off-grid eco homes with their own water storage reservoirs, water filtration, Schauberger inspired vortexes and much more. All the water ecosystems and natural homes. Everything I've built, I've recorded, edited, organized and uploaded all of the process work into our Abundance of Water and Biodome Home Masterclass. In our online step-by-step video training, you will learn to build 2 gorgeous, strong and low-cost shelters. The one dome is a Roman arch, which is built with aircrete or hempcrete or even aerated clay bricks. And another one is a lancet arch with sandbags. Another name for super adobe. You will also master the art of Ferro-Cement roof construction. You will learn from start to finish how to harvest rain from roof, pavement, road, as well as infiltrating it into the ground. You will learn how to craft a variety of affordable, beautiful and robust water reservoirs. You will build your very own biochar slow sand filter which will deliver 75 gallons of pure spring water every day and then pressurizes filtered water to all of your taps. You will master the construction of wetlands and other grey water treatment strategies, allowing you to reuse all of your kitchen and shower wastewater 7 times for garden irrigation, methane gas production and flushing of loos. Important to note here that because all the wastewater is hidden in your constructed wetlands, below a thin layer of sand and soil, there is no smell and mosquitoes have nowhere to breed. You will learn how to install a biogas digester, which is a perfected septic tank that makes flammable methane gas from sewage. And you will be able to build awesome terraces, which turn your garden into a living sponge, whilst doubling up as a curvilinear and comfortable sitting spaces, as well as robust wall, which will even stop a flood. You will be fully prepared to start your new life on the land. Soon, you will be building up your new future with other like-minded folk, developing cooperative projects, which will in essence create a close-knit community. Hi, my name is Alosha Linov, and I'm an inventor, teacher, designer, and a natural builder. For the last 12 years, I've traveled the world, learning from some of the most advanced masters in the fields of sustainability on our planet. With Mike Reynolds, I've learned Earthship Biotecture. With John Todd and Josh Kearns, I've learned all about water filtration and living machines. With John Jevons, I've learned how to grow a lot of food in tiny spaces. From Ibrahim Karim, I've learned how the language of shapes, aka biogeometry, can protect us from electromagnetic radiation. Over the years, I've made over $30,000 worth of mistakes and tens of thousands of hours to develop and prototype all of the ecosystems I teach in our Living Eco Home Masterclass. Best part is that practical permaculture is no rocket science, and after completing our training and building a few smaller projects, you will be able to teach others or construct this eco-technology for other clients to generate finance for your permaculture homestead. Currently, on our Biovet Academy, we have over 1,000 students, and I think you will greatly benefit from our Permaculture in Action practical video immersion and all the jewels of wisdom which I have been carefully crafting together for the last 12 years. With PayPal's safe payment system and our unconditional 30-day money-back guarantee, you are free to try our training, download all of the lessons, and if you're still not satisfied with the course material, send us one email and we'll refund your full tuition fees with no questions asked. You will be able to build this home. I look forward to be seeing you inside of our digital, theoretical and practical classroom so we can learn how to be free and live anywhere on earth that we choose to, for we are the children of our Creator. So I look forward to be seeing you in our digital classroom where you can learn from the comfort of your home on how you can build your profitable permaculture homestead. Aho to self-regenerative landscapes.
Come build a house with Alosha!
Well, since an online masterclass, I've been empowered to walk my own unique path. And with some inspiring souls, we've been birthing Haven Earth Center. Actually, as you can see, we just completed, not the finishing touches, the main structure for the HEC model permaculture homestead and farm in Bodrum, Turkey. As you can see, we've been busy with a team of 8 or 9 people, and we built this beautiful and conscious home, informed and inspired by nature itself, in less than 30 days. I know what it's like to know you have a purpose, but not sure what that is, or a way to make it happen. As they say, God loves a giver and a trier. So this is what I have done. And I can honestly say Ayurveda and Alosha's inspiration and guidance have been integral in my own evolution and empowered me on my own unique journey. And I really think that if you can let go of the fear to take them first steps, you will surprise yourself with how able you are to do the things that you imagined that were going to be difficult, and be present in the moment and learn these things and work with the techniques and do your study, do your research, do your planning. Don't take any of it lightly. It is fun, but also it's important work, and you're going to be building structures that you're going to be living inside of, or your family or whomever. So put your heart and soul into it. It's a beautiful journey, making a creation like a building. And as you can see from our project in Turkey, we were really inspired, or even more inspired now, and coming back here to Johannesburg has been a real gift to see the almost completion of this project here. Electricity and lighting and most of the windows. Some things are a little bit temporary right now, but this is the nature of being the kind of guy Alosha is, and he's traveling a lot and teaching and training other people. So these things take time, but if you're here, it's your property, you're here full time, these things get done really quickly, as you can see from our project in Turkey. So from me, from Haven Earth Center, and from all of our team in Turkey, we want to thank Alosha for his guidance, and for the Ayurveda Masterclass and the workshop for inspiring and empowering us to create another great project in another part of the world. And we look forward to many more projects. You can check us out at Haven Earth Center on Instagram, and you can look at the progress of the project in Turkey. We kept a daily diary, and hopefully you feel inspired to take your own destiny in your hands. Maybe start with a small project and get empowered to build something meaningful for your future. Not only the house we're building, but we're going to create the wetlands from Alosha's course, maybe create some of the Ferro-Cement water tanks, and lots of other things that Alosha has in the course that you can really take bits and pieces as you want for your own project, and I think you'll love it. So give it a shot.
The online courses Alosha did, even for the abundance of water, I could design my own permaculture, and then with that information I could keep going even the Paul is not with me here.
This is the possibility. When you learn these techniques, it empowers you. It empowers you to take your life back, and you can really become a self-sufficient person, and take your own ideas and that knowledge, them small understandings that get shared in these video series. You can take them and you can adapt them to your own design, to your own lifestyle, to your own land, your own country.
After I finish this wetland system and grey water harvesting using Alosha's online course, I have about 2,500 litres every week extra to use in the garden.
What can I say? Here I am, building a home, using power tools, flinging mud, concrete, working with wood, all sorts of things I've never done my whole life. Amazing experience for me, growing, and having now the confidence to go and maybe build myself a little structure.
Work with Alosha has been really inspiring. His willingness to expand beyond even his own horizons is really cool. It's inspirational in that sense. Yeah, I'm really excited to use the skills I've learned here and apply it back in the States where I'm from.
I'm going to find it difficult to put in words because it's that high, really. I could nearly cry. It's that important, really. Voilà, I'm loving every second of it. Right. Thanks, Alosha.
Yeah, so I came here knowing nothing about building, never having worked with my hands. Worth every penny. Highly recommended.
Now I feel confident and capable to build one of these structures myself.
Grateful for this opportunity to explore and actually work things out and think for myself.
It's awesome because now I know what not to do on my house, I know how to fix it, and I love the fact that you're pushing boundaries.
Reminds me of being a kid, got the Play-Doh out or something, you know, and you can just create what you want, how you feel.
In one sentence, is for me it's a dream come true, because I have been very much interested about building ecodomes, and I never thought it would be doable.
What I learned here, I would never manage to learn. Maybe I would need like a few years of my life. And we just, within 2 weeks, we're getting so much knowledge and so much new experience that it's really, the value of this is really amazing.
2 weeks ago, this was flat ground.
Alosha as a teacher is really fun. Always has a solution for the problems.
Okay, here we go. Look at that. Thanks God I put a screen there, otherwise all of that is going to go into the wetland. There's a screen, but I'm going to do a much bigger screen, but more industrial. Ah! Shucks. Here's one pipe. Here's one pipe. Here's the wetland flush. There it is. Here's this pipe. I can't even see it. There it is. Coming out, aquaponic, and here's the fourth one. Let's see what's going on. Here we go. Flushing out the trench for my grease trap. So it's all working. It's all working. 100%.